What is going on, everybody? Let's jump right into it. What's going on, Eagle Clips, Fly Eagles TV? Matt Mazza, what's going on? What's going on? So the news is out there. About 30 minutes ago, 40 minutes ago, Malcolm Jenkins released. Not released, but they declined his option. So by declining his option, come Wednesday, come tomorrow, he can hit free agency, and let's see what a team gives him. Let's see what a team gives him. At the end of the day, like I said, I'm hearing reports now too that Malcolm didn't really care to be the highest paid. I mean, a top five, because a lot of us were hearing that he wants to be top five paid. He wants to get his worth, this, that, and the third. Stephen Joyce, what's going on? Dwayne Aldridge, Bergang, yo, what up, what up? Michael Bernardo, what's going on with you, bro? How you guys feel about this? How you guys feel about this? Like I said, I was just leaving work. I get out of work at 3 o'clock today. Boom, boom, boom. As soon as the Jalen Mills news came out that we are going to try to sign him back for a year, move him to safety, I took it off my Twitter and I put it on my community post. Right after I got done putting it on my community post, I get another tweet that the Eagles decline. I almost dropped the units in my hand. Like I'm like a warehouse supervisor, and I almost dropped the units in my hand. Like, are you serious? I was just going to come out and say that I would have loved Jalen Mills, who plays safety in LSU, to pair up with Malcolm, learn from Malcolm. I thought that would have been the scenario if we lost, what's his name? Ronnie Mccloud, but it doesn't look that way at all. What is Howie doing, Michael Bernardo? I don't know. Again, at the end of the day, he did say he was going to get younger. And a lot of us want to get younger. I want to get younger. But if you've been following me for a minute, if you've been following me since last season, since the offseason, when I came out and said people that I wanted to see go, people I want to see stay, if you've been with me all this time, you know that Malcolm, even at 32, was a guy said, let's stay. Not the long term. You can't pay a guy $12 million 4 years at his age, but 2 more years, restructure, get it done. What's good, Peter Thurman? Word Eagle Clips, respect to Malcolm for all he's done all day. Respect. I mean, Super Bowl champion with us, and at the end of the day, he's 32 years old. We got Sidney Jones, young, injured. Crevion LeBlanc, young, but was injured. Jalen Mills, missed time, injured. Nigel Bradham, injured. Camus Grugier-Hill, injured. Fletcher Cox, banged up, stayed in the game all year. Derek Barnett, injured. Ronnie McLeod didn't get injured this year, but look at all these guys who are younger than him, who missed time throughout the last year or two. Malcolm Jenkins, no. Now, I understand he's not. And now reports are coming out, like I said, that he just wanted to be respected. He wanted some type of guaranteed money. He didn't really care about being a top 5 paid. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, even 5th. He just wanted a little bit of insurance, and we couldn't give it to him. Let's see what a team offers him. Michael Bernardo, this is BS, free agent, and how he said he was going to be a spender. Well, right now, no. And so far, we look like we're going to sign 2 of our guys back, and we're going to get the D-tackle, nose tackle from the Pittsburgh Steelers. We talked about that yesterday because it happened in my life. I haven't yet been able to put an official video out on none of this stuff because yesterday, busy, and at the end, so I just did the live late once everything was going. Today, I came home. I was going to have a video about Javion Hargreaves. I was going to have a video about things I want to see happen. And of course, I was going to talk about let's get Malcolm Jenkins back, especially with the Vikings tagging a guy like Anthony Harrison. Now, there is one safety out there that could come in and be a veteran leader, and that's Clinton Dix. I don't believe nothing happened with him. Let me know if something did. Mills is the replacement. Yeah, I guess so. Dwayne Aldridge, Bergang for life. We need to get younger. I agree. But you're never going to have a football team, a full football roster with not one person over 30. You're not. I mean, even look at the youngest team in the game. Look how young the San Francisco 49ers are. But they got a vet and an old head and Richard Sherman. You know, Every team who's young still got that one dude. Again, you got 11 people on defense and 11 people on offense. That's 22 starters. The object is to have 17 of them boys be in their 25s to 27 to 28. But you can have 3 to 4 veterans on the team. You can. Now the Eagles' problem is that we started to get more older guys than younger, and we need to get younger. I agree, but the one position we could afford to keep, what it was Malcolm. Why I feel like this is gonna have a bad taste. It might. I'm not sleeping on Jalen Mills coming in and being able to do some stuff, but why not pair him with Malcolm? Let him grow under Malcolm. And I was big, if you've been watching my videos, there's a young boy named Jeremy Chin who I like. I want the Eagles to look at around the 4th round. I think he can fall to the 4th. He has a lot of potential at safety. Had at least 2 or 3 interceptions every year in college. He's good. A little raw when it comes to man coverage, but good. But you get him to play under Malcolm for 2 years, and then you let him be on his way to replace. We saw how long it took. And I'm not saying Malcolm Jenkins is Brian Dawkins. I'm not. But he is the sole leader of this defense, and you saw how long it took for us to get that kind of presence on the defense. Now we're lost. Not lost, but there's nobody who, Jalen Mills, he's been around for a minute, but does he automatically gain everybody's respect? Like, who's going to tell? We got Fletcher Cox. He's the leader when it comes to the D-line, but you had that leader in the secondary who can galvanize the troops, get guys like Crevion LeBlanc and Avante Maddox and even Sidney Jones at time at the end of the season to maybe play a little bit above their heads. Let's get to some of these questions. Edgar, it sucks, but we got to let the old guys go. I love Jenkins, but I can understand. I hear you. Eagle champs. Yo, do we resign Raekwon Smith from Bears? He was released. Not sure. I really put no thought into that. I saw Vic Beasley was signed by the Titans. So Vic Beasley got picked up by the Titans. I just saw the Colts sign Phillip Rivers to a 1-year deal. I really don't care about all that stuff. It doesn't affect me. Jason Wall, what is going on? Jenkins blew a shit ton of coverage last year. Mills will thrive at safety. Yeah, there was. Let's just be honest. In that Vikings game, when Rasul Douglas was getting cooked by Stephon Diggs, there was a couple Malcolm Jenkins miscues. But at the end of the season, when we were using him in the box, when he was spying on some of these quarterbacks like Russell Wilson, when he was blitzing playing sole defense on tight ends and running backs coming out the slot, he still did a lot. Again, he's not in his prime Malcolm, but the dude still offered a lot to this team. And we're not talking about restructuring to be a 15 to 16 million. I think, especially with the reports coming out now, that he just wanted a little bit of guarantee, a little bit of insurance. I don't know. I understand he's getting older, and everybody got to eventually leave, especially on the defensive side of the ball. Defensive players start to get older before offensive players when it comes to certain positions. Safety is a position that you can get old fast. You can go down south in 1 year. I agree. But it's still, if the reports are really coming out more now that Malcolm wanted like 14 mil a year and he wouldn't accept a 2-year, I don't know. Well, we're still going to feel the effects. There's going to be multiple reports coming out, but I understand everybody's thing, I understand it 100%. I think Clinton Dix got picked up by the Bears. You think he got picked up by the Bears? John Briscoe, the move was dumb. We might need to talk to Haha. Yeah, I agree. I don't know. Let's see what we talk about Haha. Now, like CJ, for instance, can't blame the JP move, but dang. Yeah, see, the JP move to me was, he's good, but you have to get over some of these guys. And at the end of the day, we have a replacement, a first-round offensive left tackle who we moved up to get. If we had a guy like that, are we even sure the Eagles are going to bring back Ronnie McLeod? So if Jalen Mills is successful at replacing Malcolm Jenkins, what are we doing there? We talked about having Rasul move, but the thing about Rasul, we just look at his game and think he'd be good. At least Jalen played it in college, but that's still different from the real deals. next 3 years will be. I still think our offense is going to be able to compete with other teams. I mean, look at the Chiefs. Their defense stepped up this year, but even last year they went to the AFC Championship with a whack defense. If you have an offense, you get some guys, we still can make some noise, but not as much noise as I thought we were going to be able to possibly get. Tristan, Dante Fowler Jr. or Leonard Floyd at linebacker can get a cornerback like Desmond Trufant, Darius Slay, or Chris Harris Jr. Also, we will still need a receiver. I hear you, bro. I definitely hear you. I like a guy like Leonard Floyd who was released by the Bears. I want to look into him because I really don't know his age off top of the hand. Like I said, I was at work today doing what I got to do. You know, I was brainstorming on what I was going to talk about today. You know, like I said, I was going to come out here and talk about Javion Hargreaves because I was on here live when we first signed him. My initial thing was like a D tackle after we already signed back a D tackle and have 2 starting D tackles. But let it sink in, talking with you guys, chopping it up. I came to the conclusion the D line's it'll be a lovely rotation. It was cool, and we were just getting started. I also thought the secondary was a must improvement, and I understand guys like Byron Jones and even Bradbury got paid a little bit more than you would want to pay. But at the end of the day, my God, salute my man. I feel bad, similar to B-Dog. Yeah, like I said, it's news now, and like I said, it just caught me off guard. I didn't think it was going to come. I thought if the Malcolm Jenkins situation took, it was going to take all the way up until tomorrow, being the 18th, because Wednesday, tomorrow is the day that like everything unfolds. You got to make your decisions on the option we declined on Malcolm and whatnot. But I didn't think it was going to end like that. Angel Roman, Douglas, and Mills will be our starting safeties 2020. We'll see. Devin King told you don't trust nothing the Eagles organization says. Well, actually, I think they're saying more. They did say about they're going to do what's best for Malcolm and the team. But the initial thing that Howie said is we will get younger. And he's just proven that we are getting younger. And I'm all for it. Listen, I love Jason Peters too. But the J.P. Peters move made sense to me in the fact that it made sense because we have a first round moved up to get kind of guy who played against Khalil Mack and held his own on the left side, not the right, of course. We have a guy like that. We don't have a guy that can automatically come in and you can feel 100% can replace Malcolm Jenkins. But we're about to see what a guy like Jalen Mills and possibly Rasul Douglas can do. Possibly that pushes us to sign a guy like Ronnie Mccloud, who I don't know. My whole thing on him was I think he's solid. I think I would take him back. But I think he was looking for his, this might be my last deal I'm getting while I'm in my 20s. Let me get paid kind of deal. I don't know about that. I'm reading Will Parks as a possibility. Yeah, I did read Will Parks. He's a defensive back from the Broncos. Am I right? Correct me if I'm wrong. AC Dreamer, who's the safety that we can get? I mean, Clinton Dix. Someone said that the Bears picked him up. I'm not sure. I didn't hear nothing about the Bears picking him up. So, I mean, Clinton Dix is pretty good. John Briscoe, yeah, if Wentz can carry us. I mean, he carried a practice squad team into the playoffs. So I feel confident if we can have D-Jax for 13 games around there, you can get our receiver that we draft to step up and not be a J.J. Arcega-Whiteside Jr., even though I have a little faith in him turning a little bit, not like hold my breath faith. Go ahead, Eagles clip at John Briscoe. Wentz carried us last year. I like that. Scotty Snipes, breaking news, Eagles sign nobody. Hey, I feel you. At the end of the day, as fans, we do want the flashy player. That's why I'm not ready to just say Howie's. It's not been something that we can be proud of. It's not. But at the end of the day, there's been many times that the Eagles just get free agent after free agent after free agent, and the hopes are all the way up here, and then it's something down here. So, again, we still got playmakers in Deshaun Jackson, Miles Sanders, Dallas Goedert, Zach Ertz, Carson Wentz, a healthy offensive line. We got to get this receiver in here and solidify this offense deep threat, even if Deshaun goes out. Also, the coach plays. What's going on, bro? How you been? What's going on with you? Let's get to some of these other ones. TJ Moneyball. With the JP move, I get it since we have Diller behind him. We have nobody behind Jenkins, and it's a huge blow. Before I even saw your comment, that was my exact words. Again, I want to get younger, and there's places we got to get younger. JP, we can afford to get younger. Do I love the dude? Am I a little sad? Yeah, I love his passion for the game, what he was able to do for multiple years for the Eagles. But this is a business. And I understand the business side of Malcolm Jenkins. You're going to say, listen, I'm not paying a 32-year-old big bread. And I don't know. Again, we don't know the closing details. Maybe Malcolm was pushing for a 4-year extension. That can happen. 1 or 2 years, I would have did it. 1 year, but we don't know the exact things behind the closed doors. But it is a blow to me. And again, just in the simple fact of his leadership, we saw, and I'm not comparing him fully to Brian Dawkins when they were in their prime or whatnot, but the leadership that Brian Dawkins brought to this team, how he galvanized the troops, we're losing that in Malcolm Jenkins. And again, that alone can go a long way for the defense. Yes, he gave up some plays last year. Again, he's 32, but the one thing he did do was play every snap. And, when the defense needed to play football at the end, okay, so be it was against the Giants, the Cowboys, and the Redskins. We talked about it yesterday, how, the Seattle lost to the Cardinals, the Patriots lost to the Dolphins, the Saints lost to the Falcons. It happens against division rivals. But the defense and the offense came together when it mattered the most. Doesn't matter what team it was against. We need to scoop up Kennard and, yes, Parks from Denver. Yeah, we got to make some new moves. And at the end of the day, remember this, though. We still got the draft, and that's where we're going to inject this team with youth when it comes to the draft. Okay, we're going to be, there's still some free agents out there who are 25, 26, 28. We got some veterans on our team that we're going to keep and some that we're going to let go already. Malcolm Jenkins. Think about it. The two oldest people on the team was Malcolm Jenkins and Jason Peters, and they're both gone. The Malcolm Jenkins one was the one place that I would have swallowed my whole, we need to get younger. That's where I would have swallowed it until we got a younger guy who could step right in. Superhero 18, did we sign anybody other than the D tackle we signed? No, not yet. Oh, we possibly assigned back Jalen Mills for a year to possibly play safety. Now, they said they're going to try him at safety. I don't mean automatically he's our starting number one safety. Kevin F.U., Bears will not pick up. Haha. I like that then. I'll take that. What up, Mike, my brother? Yo, what's going on? What's going on? How you feel about the news? How you feel about the news? We need to sign the Slaymaker, a playmaker. Hey, big play Slay one time. A little older, but he's young pup if you're comparing to Malcolm Jenkins. Mass Temple, how y'all feel about Clowney? At the end of the day, it really comes down to the numbers and, can he stay healthy? I know I still feel some type of way from what he did to my man, Carson Wentz, but it's football. It was a dirty hit. No doubt about it. I don't think he would do it again, though. I don't think it's something he don't have. Well, I don't know. He did some stuff to Nick Foles, I guess, with that pitcher, but he's not Vontae Burfict, I guess, Ben Weinerstahl, Mills is the new Jenkins. We've been wanting Mills to play safety. We're finally going to get it. Mills played safety in LSU, and I think he can do a good job. I just would have liked him to do a good job with Malcolm. And again, I'm not saying Malcolm would have been here. And if you really break it down where I was going in my videos, I said at the most I would give him 2 years in my videos if you've been following me in the offseason. But at least 1 year, I kept saying that the Eagles are going to work it out at least 1 year. They're going to work it out at least 1 year, and I was wrong. It's what I would have did, and it just goes to show you that Eagle content creators, although we pay attention to Eagles, I'd be right on some things, but this was more of a what I would do. And again, we want to criticize Howie Roseman. At least he's sticking to his guns. He said he was going to get younger, and he did. Ronnie is back. So we just signed Ronnie Mccloud to what? Let me see. What was the deal if we just signed him back? Somebody let me know in the comments section. Ronnie is back. Do we know what the deal is? Because I'm not looking at it. I'm watching and making sure I see if I can correct everything on here. What's the deal? Keegan Moore, how is our cap space looking? I mean, it's still looking good. We came into this around 44 million in cap space. I mean, we signed a guy. We gave him 39 million, but that's 39 million don't come off the 44 million cap space. What's going to hit off this 44 million is the 13 point something he'll make this year. So we're still right around 31 million. I mean, we got holes we got to figure out though. The linebacker position is real. And see, remember, free agency started yesterday, March 16th. But the free agents that can sign, like how Malcolm is, the guys who have an option or the guys who have something along them lines, they can't make no decisions until tomorrow. So tomorrow, a guy like Malcolm's going to get offers. Then you got to see about these guys like Corey Littleton, Joe Schobert. And these are linebackers that the Eagles should look at. Timothy Sheehan, 2-year contract, number not announced yet. Well, at the end of the day, we knew that was coming. Jason Wall, is the X-Man now a draft target? Oh, man. All right, Shine, what is going on, bro? Mills is good when he plays in front of him. That's true. I like that. I like that assessment. Superhero 18, I like Mills in the box. He's a tight one-on-one defensive back, regardless of which position he plays. Just got to keep him on tight end, slow receivers, and not have him cover those burners. But he's got to – I think he can even stay with a guy who just goes straight. It's them double moves that get that man big time. So, yeah, Ronnie's back. Kruger Hill and Howard to Miami, bro. Oh, yeah, that's also about this video. If you looked at the thumbnail, let's just break it down again one more time. So, with free agency starting, we knew we had a couple guys up in the air. And so let's look what they did. So far, the Eagles have been more about assessing their own team than they have been about acquiring talent outside. And we still have time because a lot of people, like I said, who have options and all that, we won't be able to sign them until tomorrow, just like Malcolm Jenkins can't move out until tomorrow. With all that being said, the Eagles decide to bring in guys. We kept Hassan Ridgeway, who I thought was 30. Then we went out and actually made a move, signing another D tackle who really will help out this D line. And then they go ahead and bring Jalen Mills back, not as a corner, preferably as a safety. And now they bring Ronnie Mccloud back. You guys are telling me 2 years, deal not announced. But they're pretty much going through our guys first, and it's smart to do it in this time now. Now there was guys that we could have got, the James Bradburys, the Byron Jones. But when a number hit and what they got paid for, like if you've been following me, you've been hearing me say this. I like Byron Jones as a coverage guy. Do I think he's worth 16 million, 17 million long term? No. So I said that he's good. He's not the greatest, and he shouldn't be paid the greatest, but he's going to be, and that's where I felt the Eagles should take a step back from him. I've been claiming it the whole time. Then the dude gets 20 million. You can't do that. But at the end of the day, there we go. We got it. 2 years, 12 mil, I think, for Ronnie Mccloud. Seeing it, I ain't bad. Life with Jordan, thank you. Timothy said it too. All right, we getting it in. Twitter be flooding it up. Eagles play. We still need to sign at least one receiver, 2 cornerbacks, 1 safety if we don't bring back McLeod. Yeah, well, the news is we just brought back Ronnie McLeod, 2 years, 12 mil. I'll take that. Kevin F.U., draft Jefferson or Laviscus? If we stay at 21, I'll probably say Jefferson if we stay at 21, but I don't know. A lot of people think we're going to move up, Howie's known to do that, but Howie's also known to do other things too. So it's really it's going to be a rough one. Keegan Moore, I think people forget Jalen Mills locked the best receiver, Julio Jones, in the NFL down twice. I don't know if he locked him down, but the dude was shut down in the red zone in the divisional round of the playoffs. He did stop him both times. I'm not going to lie to you. The last one was more of a fall down. luckily no call kind of play. But maybe I'm a little exaggerating because I was at that game and oh my God, was I lit that day. But yeah, man, Jalen Mills he's not the worst, he's not the best. He does get beat on double moves, but as a safety, you're not going to be exposed to the double moves. You're the guy who's going to be able to protect the corner from getting beat on a double moves or taking a guy once he's 25 yards past the line of scrimmage and going down the field. That's going to be his job now. And he can tackle at least. So I'm not saying he's not going to be a good safety. I just am still shocked. Again, I'm starting to, come into it now. But like I said, I came home I was at work just about to leave when the news dropped from the Jalen Mills. I posted it on the community post on my YouTube channel. And then a Malcolm thing just hit right after, Should we go get Brandon Carr? The Ravens just let him go. I mean, at one time he was pretty good over there with the Ravens, but I didn't like him where he was in the beginning. I like the boy Humphreys. The guy, he's dirty. What was I about to say? We got some more of these. Oh man, Dyron Tubes, T. Higgins. Yeah. When the season first ended, T. Higgins was linked to the Eagles a lot. I think he's fell off as linked to the Eagles. I'm not opposed to possibly pulling a trigger at him at 21 because, there's things about him that, him and Jefferson are really close. I do think what Jefferson can do better than him is he's just a little faster. But, if we're going to get our guy a receiver, we want to make sure it's our guy at the end of the day. We need linebackers, but Littleton and Schober off the board. Both got signed. Both of them went today? Damn, I was sleeping all day or something at work. $6 million a year, I'll take that. They didn't overpay. Yeah, agreed. That was my whole thing with Ronnie Mccloud is I didn't want to overpay. So Evan Alter shouldn't have not signed Jenkins. It's a mistake. Shouldn't of not signed Jenkins. It's a mistake. I do like Mills at safety. We trade up for Lamb, Judy, or Ruggs. I'd be happy. You saying we should have never let him go because we didn't sign Jenkins. So elaborate on that for me. Yo, we got 87 people in here. Make sure before you leave, if you can just do me a solid. I'm already heartbroken over the news. Cheer me up. Just hit that like button on your way out or real quick, smack, something light. We only got 2 likes in here, man. 2 likes. Just click off the chat. It takes a second to hit the live chat button. Click that thumbs up and come back and let's chop it up for a little bit more. We lost to the Falcons last year on a last-minute TD by Julio. Yeah, a long one too. Yeah, I'm just getting it right now. A long one. But that was a game that Nelson Aguilar could have sealed with that catch too, though. I think the Eagles are going to use the draft to fill most of their needs, and thus a trade-up is definitely possible. But, yeah, that's the one thing, though. We have a lot of needs, and we have a lot of picks. We got 2/3 and 3/4. We can really do some damage with that middle ground picks. You're not going to hit on all of them, but we can still do damage. But we lose some of that if we try to use that as value to trade up because we don't got players really to trade up. Sign Trufant and Chris Harris. I'm cool with Trufant. I'm definitely cool with Trufant. Chris Harris is good, but a little old. We just got rid of Jenkins because of that. If we don't take Ruggs in the first round, maybe Xavier McKinney. Well, that's a guy who comes in and fix any safety needs, I think with them signing Ronnie Mccloud and talking about moving Jalen Mills to safety, it really kind of solidifies what they're looking at right now. I'm not saying they wouldn't put a trigger on McKinney. Let's put it this way. If McKinney and or Grant Delpit is there at 21 and maybe Jefferson got picked up too and all the other receivers got picked up, I would need the Eagles to do their due diligence and really feel like they could get a guy like Denzel Mims in the second or Claypool in the second or a KJ Hamler, a Jalen Reagor, Now, these guys ain't Henry Ruggs or CeeDee Lamb or Jerry Jeudy, but then you still get your defensive player and still a offensive talent. It'd be hard because you're not going to be able to guarantee that. So I still think the method is you got to get your offensive grow with Carson Wentz player in the first round. But I wouldn't put it past the Eagles. Now, again, don't hate the messenger for saying that. I'm not saying that that's what I would do, but I understand that. Do you like that they brought back Ronnie McCloud? I think the dude was solid. At the end of the year, see, this is my whole take on Ronnie. When he first came from the Rams, I liked the dude. Then he got hurt that year where he missed, he got hurt like week 4 and missed the rest of the season. Then last year he came back off that injury, and you've seen a little bit of suspect in his game early. I think he came on late. The last 4 games, the last 6 games, he came on. He was popping people. He was doing stuff like that. I thought because how old is Ronnie McCloud? 28, maybe? Correct me if I'm wrong. With that being said, I thought with him being that age, I thought he was going to try to get paid a little bit. Not paid, not like what Malcolm Jenkins was asking for or something, but just a deal that might have made us feel uncomfortable, like a 9-ish, 11-ish with more guaranteed money. But what we got him for, if it was 2 years, 12 million, 6 million, I don't know what the guarantee is, that's right in his ballpark, and I can accept that. And with Jalen Mills coming in, not saying he's not going to be a good safety, but we still undecided. He played safety in college, but this ain't college. You got guys like Patrick Mahomes trying to come at your head with 500 yards a game and stuff like that. You got to be prepared. You got people like Tyreek Hill, so you misjudge your speed. You're like, oh, cornerback got him for a little bit. I know I used to play that for a little bit. Oops, took my eyes off for a little bit too long. So he got to go back. He's been in the league playing cornerback for a while. It's not going to be just a plug and play. I mean, they're going to try to plug and play possibly, but I mean, there are going to be some learning curves. Yeah, I meant should have re-signed Jenkins, let him go. I hear you, bro. No, we lost the Falcons game on a great play by the Falcons. Best defensive back, Nelson Aguilar. That's funny. I agree with that. All right, so he's 29 years old. That's cool. Yep, 29. I can't wait to the draft night. Oh yeah, that's where we're gonna have to make our magic now. We have to make our magic in the draft. Baby Bob, we should pick up Patrick Onoswa. He's inside linebacker. Go check him out. All right. I mean, linebackers are definitely a must. We need it. And but someone said that both Joe Schobert and Corey Littleton got signed. Did they really? Cowboys X Factor. Hey there, Philly Mike. Happy birthday. Yeah. A little late, but it's still better than late. Just a couple days ago, actually. So good looks. Appreciate it. Zach Lambert, you think we try to trade for Slay now? It's definitely a possibility. They can't be asking for. I mean, last they were asking for was third and City. That was like the trade proposal from ESPN. A third and Sydney. Maybe they move off that a little bit more. A third-ish was something else I would consider. He's not that old, especially when you want to compare him to Malcolm Jenkins now. That's the new comparison. But I mean, there's still other guys out there. They got like a Desmond Trufant, Logan Ryan's out there. These are guys that I don't think are better than Slay, because Slay's still big play Slay at the end of the day. But they might be more reasonable price range and more easier to get. We need bodies at this point. I'm not saying I'm not opposed to getting a corner in the draft too, but if you get a corner in the second round or the third round, you can't just expect him to come out and be a lockdown. I mean, maybe he could. You never know. There's steals all over the draft, but you can't put too much stock in a guy like that. Mike, the Niners 13 pick, what would you give up for that? To move to 13, I would try to offer our what is the Niners' other pick is what? They were in the Super Bowl, so it's pick 31. So they got 13 and 31 now. But they don't got a second, they don't got a third, they don't got a fourth. I would try to offer a first round R21. So that means they would have 21 and 31. And I would give them 1/3 and a fourth, maybe. Try to. I'm not saying it's a must deal, but then it goes like this. Then the Niners could have the 13th pick overall and the 31st pick overall, and then they don't pick until round 5 or maybe 6, maybe 5, I think it is. Or they can get pick 21, 31, 85, and 127. They're still getting 2 first rounds, but then they gotta forget it. We'll keep our 85th, give them the 105. So then they got 21, 31, 21, 31, 103, and 127. And we still have our 85th third round, our 53rd second round, and 2 fourth rounds, which is one, I don't remember. Actually, the 127 is our first one. I think the 146 is our last fourth round. So you see, we got some picks. We got the 3/4, the 2/3. You try to throw an extra third and an extra fourth plus your first round. You move up, 21 to 13, 8 picks. You could get whoever you want then. Well, not whoever you want. I'm talking about receiver-wise. You really can think about, because by 13, I think only one's off the board, because the top 10 is starting to look more like offensive linemen, Chase Young, Isaiah Simmons, offensive linemen, and quarterbacks. It's starting to look more like that. So CeeDee Lamb, Jerry Jeudy might not be able to fall to between 11 and 13. And if we're 13, now we have a kind of our own pick when it comes to the wide receivers. Also, I know my team let everyone go except for Dak Prescott and Amari Cooper, but you cannot pay everyone your team with the salary cap. Yeah. Surprised you were able to get Amari Cooper back. That was pretty good for you. We need a linebacker and a wide receiver. I'm mad we didn't go after Hopkins or at least Diggs. I agree. I'm just going to start. We got about 15 more minutes up in here. Let's just say the Diggs trade was a little expensive. The Bills had to give up their first, which their first is 22nd. So they're the pick right after us. So would you guys have been willing to give up our first round pick, 21, a 5th, a 6th, and next year's 4th? I mean, that's not as big of a deal. Next year's 4th, we're not there yet. It's cool. But would you have gave up our first pick, 21 overall, a 5th round, a 6th round for Diggs? Let me know in the comment section. We got 92 people in here. Just give a quick yes or no. Would you guys, if you were the GM, gave up the 21st, a 5th and a 6th, and next year's 4th for Diggs? Yeah, I just saw Jason went and signed with the Raiders. Tough question. If we get pick 13 and Lamb, Jeudy, and Ruggs are there, who would you take? That requires me to actually really dig into it. I would at that point, if it was at that point, I mean, I can give you a ballpark answer right now, which I might do anyways. I don't want to be, I might have to plead the fifth. I want to hold it to the fire. I like what Ruggs can offer this team in general. But I think CeeDee Lamb is that Hopkins dude. See, to me, again, this is my comparisons. Henry Ruggs is Tyreek Hill, but can run. I'm not saying he's a better route runner than Tyreek Hill now, but he's a better route runner than Tyreek was when he came out of college. So you got Tyreek Hill 2.0. CeeDee Lamb is DeAndre Hopkins 2.0. And when I say 2.0, I don't mean they're going to be better than them. Is that kind of what 2.0 means? What I'm saying is the comparisons that. So he still never might. Ruggs might never be Tyreek. Lamb might never be Hopkins, and Jeudy might never be Odell when it comes to talent. But that's their comparisons to me after what I read and seen and did and looked at on tape. But I would just want to know more about character, practice, work ethic, all that stuff when it comes to if I'm able to make that sole decision on them alone, then I want to know everything when it comes to work ethic, everything. Okay, we got all these Ruggs. Jeudy, no question. See, at the end of the day, if we have an option to get all three of them, I would really want to do my due diligence before I go out there and say Ruggs because he's super fast, or Lamb because he can make all the catches and he's still explosive down the field and with the ball in his hand, or Judy because his route running is super crisp and he got that yards after the catch and can break tackles. Like I want to, but there's a little bit more if they're all available. Takeem Hilton 2.0. Yeah, I've been saying, and that's what I said. Lamb is compared to Hopkins, his style of play. Go up there and snag the balls out of the air. Got great hands, makes every catch. He's big. He can get yards after the catch. And then Jerry Jeudy got that Odell Beckham. He can take his slant and just keep going. And he's really good with the ball in his hands. He can go down the field as well. And then Ruggs is Tyreek. Or he's just see ya, but he got a little bit more to his game than just see ya. But what I want to know from you guys, we kind of skipped over it. Answer this question, yes or no. If you were the GM of the Philadelphia Eagles and you were inquiring about Stefon Diggs, and they said for you to get Stefon Diggs from us, you will have to give us your first round pick at 21, a 5th round pick, which would be like 175th, I'm just guessing, and a 220th pick for Stefon Diggs, yes or no? We got the first one said Eric said hell no. Eagles seriously didn't have safety and offensive tackle, by the way. Expect the Eagles front office to sign 2 veteran free agent safeties, Will Park and Carl Joseph. I like that. We've been people have already been in here talking about Will Parks from Denver Broncos. I agree. All right, here we go with these answers. Derek Boston said no. Nah, it's a nah from me, Captain. Hopkins, yes. All right, I hear you, but let's see. Rock the Artist said no. We got I'm awake, are you? I am now, bro. He said no, he's a Cancer. Oh, man. Takeem Hilton said no. Prophet shot him said no as well. Greg Wilson, no, I like this wide receiver class. I agree 100%. Oh, wow, we got our first. Timothy Sheelan said, yes, sir, absolutely. So you're willing to give up the 21st pick, 70 and 210, plus next year's 4th round. I forgot to throw that in here. But I thought he just said another breaking thing on the Eagles. My bad, that's why I looked. So we got Desmond Skinner said no. Oh, wow, what just happened? No, too much faith in the organization to trade 3 picks. I hear you. Barry Thompson, go get Clowney, then sign a cheap corner and receiver like Trey Waynes and Rishabh Harriman. Draft the rest of the holes. Rishabh Harriman, I like as a wide receiver thing. We talked about him yesterday. I'm just going to keep it short and sweet. This is my take on Rishabh Harriman, especially in his last 4 games. In his last 4 games, 3 games over 100 yards, 5 touchdowns. He's a high risk, high reward. The reward is if you get that, he's cheap enough, plus that type of production, that's a high reward. The high risk is the fact that he was not healthy in Baltimore or Cleveland. And so that's the risk you take. Okay, we got McCloud for a decent price. Nice. 12. Oh, yeah, I thought you knew about that already. Yeah, that hit a little bit ago. The whole chat was talking about it. You probably just got in there. But we got some more. Heck knows, bunch of no's. All right, no on Diggs deal. See, that's where I'm coming from. And the reason I wanted to hear most of y'all take on it is because still people were saying today, like, how come Howie didn't go after Diggs? I think he did. But if that's the price to get him, I don't think you can pull the trigger for that. Not that much. Unless you're trying to say that you're content with taking Diggs, giving up some late picks, and using Diggs as the receiver that we would have gotten the first round type of deal. You know what I mean? And so I understand, but when it comes to the DeAndre Hopkins trade, my goodness, Arizona finessed them, bro. Bill O'Brien is Chip Kelly 2.0. That's what happens when you give a okay coach the keys to the city. When you go into his office and you take the keys and you just come up and you're just like, and you just drop the keys there and you say, you know what, this is your team, run it your way. Someone like Bill O'Brien's like, okay, let me trade DeAndre Hopkins for a second round pick and David Johnson, who had one monster year. Let's go back to this thing. Asante Cor. Sorry if I get your name wrong. I'm really bad with names. Should the Eagles get OBJ? I mean, I haven't heard the Browns make him available. Like, they didn't just offer him as like he's super available. But I think if the Eagles acquired about him and it was something that was, not going to take our first pick away, why not? Why not at least throw it out there? I'm always okay with a guy like Kyrie Roseman exhausting all options, because the worst thing they can say is he's not for sale. That's all they can say. So go do what you got to do. I can't find Carl Joffin's bio on ESPN. Yeah, that's weird. Okay, the Eagles have their two starting safety now, McLeod and Mills. Can't wait to see them ball out in the secondary together. I agree. Again, when I came on here snapping about Malcolm Jenkins, it was just happened. And I wanted them to restructure him for a year or two, not pay him top, but a little bit more. I just want to refresh that so people don't think I'm just like blah, 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 blah. And then again, when Jalen Mills, because I honestly thought Ronnie Mccloud was going to try to get more money. And so I thought Ronnie Mccloud was going to not be an Eagle. So I wanted Jenkins to groom a guy like Jalen Mills, or groom a next second safety that we bring in here, and also give it 1 or 2 more years. But at least what they did do is now reinsure Jalen Mills there. Like I said, that was before the Malcolm Jenkins let go or declined option. And they got Ronnie Mccloud in there, so at least it shows that we have bodies there, Oh, yeah, my bad. I didn't even see all these. Okay, let's get down to here. Happy for Teddy Bridge. He's going to have a chance to ball in Carolina. They got some good weapons. Oh, yeah, I did hear about that. And it looked like Cam Newton's on his way out. It looked like Cam Newton is on his way out. And it looks like Teddy Bridgewater got a team again. Saying Alshon is a locker room problem, but clamoring for Diggs is like saying I love fingers while smashing them repeatedly with the hammer. Hey, I hear you. Eagles champ 1. Dante Fowler is a stud, or Raekwon Smith. Yeah, they are. Do we get Xavier Rhodes, Eagle Rock? I mean, at the end of the day, if there's no other options, I guess we would have to look at it. We're going to have to look at drafting a corner too, but he's not on my priority list. I think once an all-pro, but I just don't have faith in what I saw him get cooked a lot last year. I know he played against some tough receivers, but I saw him get cooked by some not so tough receivers too. Little game and monkey, should we try to get a better corner? Oh, yeah, we definitely got to get a better corner. You got Jalen Mills going to safety. Ronald Darby most likely will not be on the team. So right now, a guy like Cravion LeBlanc and or Avonte Maddox is your guy in the slot. Now, Avonte Maddox could play outside. I'm not saying he should, because he's still a better slot corner than an outside corner. But Cravion LeBlanc really is a slot corner. So the two guys that have any really long-term experience playing outside, like in college or whatnot, is Sidney Jones and Rasul Douglas. And you don't want to go into the year with them as your starting outsides. The Eagles about to draft their own OBJ. Hey, I hear you. Which cornerback should we get? I still like a guy like Desmond Trufant. I like a guy, Desmond Trufant. I wouldn't be opposed looking at a guy like Kevin Johnson. Again, he's not going to come out and be a lockdown island kind of guy, but he's cheap enough that you can get him. It won't hurt the cap. You still can probably try to add a veteran linebacker and, possibly a guy in the draft. I think the second round, you can still get a stud. My thing would be you grab your receiver 1, You grab your cornerback second, and then the rest is free for all. You got to add somebody on the offensive side of the offensive lineman, a center preferably, not to come in. Hopefully, we got Jason Kelce for a year more, but he's going out the door soon. We had to talk him back into unretiring to play this year, so we need to watch the offensive line. I was going to say safety, but maybe not. If we have young Jalen Mills, blah, blah, blah. Linebacker, even if you get a veteran guy in there, the way we have the guys we have behind a veteran that would step in here, you need to get a guy like a Jordan Brooks in the third or fourth, or a Malik Harris who might fall to the third. You need a guy like that. So people, go like this video. We 106 deep with only 9 likes. Show respect. Yeah, come on, man. Like, even when the chat see that kind of hurt. Like, all you need to do, see, at the end of the day, you don't even need to like click off the video. You can still hear me rambling on. I'm just kidding. All you gotta do is unclick the live chat, just exit the live chat, hit the thumbs up button, and then click the live chat again. Like, I kind of forgot about that. My man, he's my man, said that we got like 98 people. Let's get that. Life with Jordan, we need to trade for OBJ or Darius Slay, period. If not, then this offseason is a bust. Life with Jordan. So if somehow we moved up and got one of CeeDee Lamb, Jerry Jeudy, or Henry Ruggs at third, you think it would be a bust? Let me know. Some way, somehow, we need to get KJ Hamler. I think he's solid. I think if something happened in the second or third, with our first, the second we could. But I mean, there's no way we take him first with our first pick. Even if we stay at 21, KJ Hamler's going in the second round. It just depends what would happen there. I don't think they'll go back-to-back wide receivers. I wouldn't be opposed to it fully, depending on what we do on the defensive side of the ball, anybody else we can bring in, but we got some holes. See, I want to get some playmakers for Carson. Yes, no doubt about it. But a receiver to the left, D-Jack to the right, Goddard, Ertz, Miles Sanders, Bolson Scott, that's some playmakers. If we go back-to-back receiver, we're really letting that secondary just sit there and linger. I'm not saying we'll be able to get a guy who can start day one, but got to start grooming somebody. Worldwide West. Yo, you changed your picture. I didn't know it was you. My man Mike on that thing checking. What's up, bro? How you doing? Yep. Gene Pyle. Yep. We seen that he resigned 2-year deal. Yep. See, that's what's cool about the chat, man. If you've been here for a minute, as soon as Ronnie Mccloud got signed 2 years, $12 million, the whole chat, I can see it all down. 12 mil, 2 year, 12 mil, 2 year, 12 mil, 2 year, 12 mil. Oh, Bolt Gang in the house. Oscar, hey, so just between that, let me know how you feel about losing Phillip Rivers. I mean, I know he was a long-time Charger. If that's what you're talking about, Bolt Gang, I would like to know how you feel as a Chargers fan, if you are a Chargers fan, about losing a long-time quarterback to the Colts. Now, I do think you're going to try to get that either you would get Tua if the Dolphins pass up, or that other guy. I always forget his name. I forgot his name, but looks like you're going to be getting a quarterback with your first round, but I hear you. I think we move Mills to linebacker and put Rasul Douglas safety and draft a trade up. Get him due. There's linebacker. You need to be double Jalen Mills' size to be a linebacker. Brad Wright, why the heck the Eagles don't like linebackers? Me and you both, man. Me and you both. I think the Eagles kind of forgot how important a linebacker can be when you have a good one there. Just remember, Nigel Bradham came to the Eagles in 2017. Now, he wasn't no Jeremiah Trotter. He wasn't no, all them other guys like the Luke Kuechly's and the Bobby Wagners and the old-time Ray Lewis and the Brian Urlachers and all these guys. But the dude was solid. He was a solid B linebacker, and that helped the Eagles defense so much. Like, linebacker is important, and nowadays we got the hybrid guys who are big but can run side to side. They can do a lot of things. They can help out the cornerbacks in zone coverages by dropping underneath routes and attacking these holes and blitzing the quarterback on linebacker blitzes. These offensive linemen are not quick enough to deal with a guy that size and speed. And just, I don't know, man, but we need to get back to doing that. We need to get back to getting a guy like linebackers. Freddie Gay, McCloud, 2-year deal. Yep. We already know that's good though. That makes the losing Malcolm Jenkins a little better. At the end of the day, it is what it is. Bleached Runyon Jr. will be an Eagle. Hey, I've been looking up at him. I think you can get him later in the draft too, and I like him. John Runyon. It's 50-50. We don't know if Judy or Ruggs or CeeDee Lamb will be good in the league. They're going to be rookies. We know for sure OBJ can ball out. He needs a good quarterback and an offseason of scheme, quarterback and offseason of scheme, and that fits us. I hear you on that, but I do got to say this about Jerry Jeudy, CeeDee Lamb, and Henry Ruggs. The only way these guys don't become good receivers in the league is if they fall to injury. This wide receiver draft is not just being talked about by me and other people. They're talking about this wide receiver draft. And 10 years from now, there's a possibility that they're talking about this receiver class as a really, really good receiver class. I'm talking guys like Denzel Mims, Claypool, who are going to have to drop to the second round, maybe third. I doubt the third, but these guys could be super studs. Jefferson, Higgins, Chinook, these guys could be studs. The Hamlers, the Riegers, the little speed guys, they could be gems. Not so much as an everyday go down the field Julio Jones type, but as the Tyreek Hill type. I mean, Tyler Johnson, Van Jefferson, Michael Pittman. I mean, really, I don't want the Eagles to go get one of these late guys and not worry about an early guy, because there's a chance a third or fourth round guy, we made a mistake and got the wrong guy. But I'm telling you, there's going to be receivers that get picked up in the third and fourth round who are ballers. We're going to be like, wow, a guy like Devin Duvernay. Devin Duvernay gets picked up in the late third, maybe early fourth, depending on how this draft goes. I'm not saying he's automatically going to go there. And he might be one of the top three. You never know, but I'm telling you, this draft is going to come back. There's going to be guys who go, even a fourth or fifth round pick is going to probably be able to put up numbers in the NFL this year. And again, it might not pan out. There might be a second round pick. It might be Jalen Reagor who goes in the second, who actually is not as good as a Tyler Johnson in the fifth, or a Van Jefferson, or a Michael Pittman. Who knows? Yeah, Takeem Hilton, Kamu Grugier-Hill got signed by Miami, and Jordan Howard got signed by Miami. Miami copping everybody. They got all the bread in the world. That's why I hate Jordan Hicks. Got hurt so much, and we parted ways with him, and then he came out and balled with the Arizona Cardinals. Yes, sir. Get It Right 2 podcast. Ronnie Mccloud coming to the Eagles, but they let go of Jenkins. Yep. That's what we're talking about here. That's what the whole beginning part of it. We got about a little bit more. Oh, wow. Linebacker. I just saw it. But the old linebacker for the Carolina Panthers just announced that he's reuniting with Ron Rivera on the Redskins. Avonte Maddox is good enough to start, but we need 2 more corners. I honestly think Chris Harris and Trufant are 2-year deals and draft some. I mean, if we would bring a guy like Chris Harris Jr., who's 30 years old in, it would be only for a year to hold over until a young boy gets up there. But I'm not really assumed to do that after we let go of Malcolm Jenkins. All we need is a wide receiver, corner, and linebacker. And the wide receiver is getting taken care of in the draft. The cornerback, I would still like to get a veteran in here. I would like to get a linebacker veteran in here as well. And I do think we got 2 picks in the third round. We can scoop up a linebacker, like a guy like Jordan Brooks, Malik Harris, Troy Dye. These are all different styles, but they're going to be there between the third and the fourth. Oh, we did that one already. Tom Brady to the Bucks. Well, they're the favorite. Did that happen, or are you guessing that? Because I'm not looking really on these things. Dig in the Lions now, but I wish we had Lions and Dolphins money. They had that, hey, you're worth 10 million, but we give you 30 million. Yeah, they got that bread. They throwing it out there. Jalen Williams, what's going on, my bro? If we don't sign any different makers, I'm calling it. We are going to the Packers after their first Super Bowl. Hold up, am I reading that right? If we don't sign any difference makers, I'm calling it. We are going to the Packers. Are we? What are you talking about? We're like repeat that again. Maybe I'm just lost in the sauce because I've been reading a lot. Should we get offensive lineman or defensive lineman? We just got our defensive lineman. I think we get an offensive lineman in the draft, but later. Wambu Shambu. I'm not trading our first round pick for another wide receiver like Odell because drafting them means they are smaller contracts and way. Yeah, you got to think of that too. You get this guy 4 years, again, the first round draft pick, especially if we moved up, would be something, but it's not an elite contract, and you can exercise the fifth option, use the franchise tag. There's a lot of things you can do with them. I Shine 101. I'll take Slayer to find. I'm with it. This is a very important question. What is your favorite place to get a cheesesteak from in the city? I actually recently tried a newer one. The last time I was at the game, I forgot what it's called. It might have been called Frank's or something. But I'm a guy who likes to go to Pat's, and that's just where I do. Like, I'm a Pat's guy all day. So Pat's is what it is for me. If I got to make one stop, I go to Pat's. We already got defensive lineman unless it and the offensive lineman. All right. Ruggs and Pittman. All right. You say we get Ruggs early and Pittman later. I hear you. Or move Jeremy Chin to linebacker. Jeremy Chin can play some linebacker. That boy is a brolic. I like him. He was he's a guy I want to get in the fourth round. Trufant isn't a number one corner anymore, but a solid vet. I want Rhodes. Yeah, well, at the end of the day, we got to think about it because we're going to have Sidney Jones, Rasul Douglas, and Avante Maddox to exercise the outside because Crevion LeBlanc should be our slot guy no matter what. Just curious, who's your favorite Eagle of all time? Brian Dawkins is mine. I got to go with B-Dog too. I'm a dude who likes there's something about how he act and just what he said, how he said it, what he did, what he meant to the city. I like Brian Westbrook. I like a lot of things he did, but Brian Dawkins has got to be my all-time favorite. Definitely. Brady to Chicago is my thought. Jenkins ends up in Detroit. I'm thinking, with Corey Underlin. I could see it. I feel like these players been overpaid, and soon something happen, they calling for their heads, but they want to get what you paid. Yeah, it's hard. I mean, the CBA and all that, everything's going up. I think at the end of the day, people are going to get more than what they deserve. It's going to happen. And Thomas Davis, that's what it was. Thank you, Keegan Moore. Like I said, I looked at it quick. I'm a little flustered right now trying to get these read off. We have 10 picks. We can trade and pick players. Oh, yeah, that's part of the packages we can put together to move up and get maybe the 13 overall pick from the San Francisco 49ers, who they just got that from the Indianapolis Colts. Robert Quinn signed a huge contract with the Chicago Bears. I saw that. Desert Eagle 90. Leos and Jims are the best. Hey, Desert Eagle be in the city all the time. I believe I be checking I be catching his channel and stuff. So I think Desert Eagle, you from the city, right? Like you right there, right? Tony Lukes. There you go. The last time I was there for, I think, the Jets-Eagles game last season, my brother's the Jet fans. We paid these tickets in the offseason. My God. I mean, at least I saw a bunch of sacks. We went to a different one. We tried another one. I can't remember the name, though. So I'm trying to see if one of y'all say the name and I remember it, but I'm just a guy who always goes to pads. I don't know. Once I get something, I don't like change. But the place that I went to, the other place, it might have been called Frank's. It was banging, but I don't know. I just like Pat's what? Stephen Price of steak is mine. All right. Well, hell no, not Pat's. There you go. Well, like I said, I don't be listen. Big Eagles fans, and I've been going to the games. I go to the Sixers games too, but I'm a little outside the city. I'm about 55 minutes, maybe an hour flat from the city. So I really only cop that on the way there. And also, Pats to me is just I just know where it is, and it's just in and out the city. I go to the Wells Fargo or I go to the Link. I don't be in the city unless I'm going there. Desert Eagle, Philadelphia, born and raised. Then I'm gonna have to take your opinion. The next time I go to the Eagles, first of all, if I go to the Eagles game, hit you up on Twitter. You know what I mean? Get up. But you gotta let me know where to go. Miguel Gonzalez, the small mom and pop shops here in Philly are low key underrated. Hey, what is your 2020 record predictions? Oh, I'm about to have an official video coming out very soon of the schedule and my predictions. Off top of the hand, we get talent around Carson Wentz. We win in 10 plus games automatically. So that's all I could say for right now. I cooked at Dave and Buster's, therefore I know my steaks are the best. Gregory Crump, there you go. Randall Patterson, Pats and Geno's, and see that's the famous like one across each other. You know, they got that just the way that circle is. You got Geno's over here and Pats over here. And I remember when I was like, when I might have been like 17, 18, I went there for the very first time to eat there, and I was like, wow, Geno's is so nice looking, all lit up, like it looks lit. And I ate Pat's first, and then I ate Geno's second. I was like, dang, but if I got to pick out of them two, it's automatically Pat's. And that's why I be passing that area all the time when I go there. That's why. But yeah, you guys got to let me on a low-key spot. So when I go to Philly and I go live, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to eat there because I love cheesesteaks. I definitely do. Leo's is around my way. All right, bet. Let's get to some of these other ones. Would be crazy if Malcolm goes to Dallas. That would hurt. That would really hurt because I just saw in the chat too. Jeff Heath went to the Raiders. So oh my God, don't even joke about that. I mean, he knows a lot about our defense. There's not going to be something that Jim Schwartz tries to disguise that Malcolm ain't going to be able to, leak out. That would hurt. Desert Eagle, 10 minutes from the Link. My God. Once I can start my own business and pick it where I got my own business in the works. I've been doing it for 3 years, but it's local right now. I'm trying to expand it. Man, I want to live close to the Link, man. I'm an hour away. It's not the worst. King Cliff, Douglas moves under McCloud, and next year Mills and Douglas take over. Could be. That could be the future game plans. The Bengals signed Trey Wayne, so another okay cornerback. Now he's not nothing to be like, oh, he's gonna lock down a side, but you got to think that guy is better than some of the guys we got, and he's a veteran, so we need somebody in here. Easy Money 2004. We should trade for Slay and sign a linebacker for low key. DeAndre Campbell from Atlanta, or we probably not going to trade for Slay. So try and get Robbie Anderson to sign Desmond True linebacker for low. I hear you. There we go again. He's back. This guy is back. He was here yesterday and he's back. McKinney or Delpit, safety. Also Murray or Queen linebacker, round 1. No need to reach for a receiver round 1. We'll get a first round talent in the round 2. That is true. Bob Smith, that is 100% true. I'm kind of scared if we would try to pass second round, because although I think there's going to be talent in the first round, super talent in the first, talent in the second, talent in the third, I think talent could carry all the way to the fourth. But do we trust Howie Roseman being able to pick out that third, fourth round talent? You know what I'm saying? We might see it. We might see a lot of things. I'm not saying we're all right, too. We're all not GMs. I mean, the guys get paid money. They know what they're talking about. I'm not claiming to be like I know way more than these guys. But what I am saying is that we thought we hit on J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. I'm not willing to call him a bust yet. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt because he reps Philadelphia all day. My bad. But at the end of the day, You get a guy in the first round, he's yours. The second round, I still think you can get a guy like Claypool, Mims. Maybe not with the 53rd. You might have to slide up to the 42nd pick or something like that. But I hear your strategy, and that's why I don't think the Eagles are 100% sure of doing this. They could easily say, you know what? Everybody's right. The wide receivers are so deep in here. If we either they say, you know what, we can't move up because everybody's trying to take too much from us. Let's just hang back, get a corner, a safety, a linebacker. I doubt linebacker because they just don't like them that much. I don't know why. And then go receiver in a second. Who knows? I mean, we've seen crazier things, right? Yeah, we just saw that Trey Wayne sign with the Bengals. That's what I saw in the chat. I haven't been able to keep up with Twitter because I'm trying to keep up with this chat. Yo, I'm dead. I'm sorry. He said Wawa has low-key better cheesesteaks. There's a lot of Wawas by me. Oh, my. All right, let's get to a couple more of these. And I got to bang out. But listen, an official video coming about how I feel about everything. Like I said, chopping it up with you guys always makes me feel better. You guys, much love and respect. At the end of the day, like I said, I love chopping it up with you guys. You keep it funky, you keep it fresh, Sometimes we get a little off topic. I try to, keep these things going, hit you guys with your questions, and I love it. And see, again, I love all the things you talk. Got my boy Takeem Hilton who be commenting on my things with some fire just overall draft, mock draft prospects and stuff like that. Nikel Roby Coleman is going to be a free agent. There we go. Listen, there's still a tier of cornerbacks that are going to be in free agency that are not like, oh, definitely get him. He's going to lock down the side. No, but these guys come in here, then maybe we do get a veteran linebacker or a legit linebacker, or Jalen Mills is a pretty good safety and he helps a cornerback out, or Jim Schwartz finally wakes up and doesn't play single high every time. But the thing is, you just need to get guys in here. Again, the Chiefs went to the AFC Championship and lost to the Patriots last second with a suspect defense. I can't really say last year because their defensive line and their secondary, getting a honey badger on that secondary, helped out a lot. But the year before that, they went to the AFC Championship with a horrible defense, just a banging offense. So you got to watch that. We just need bodies at this point if we don't get nobody. I'm going to laugh if Robbie Anderson signs with the Dolphins. Oh, my God. I feel like we signed some players with names. Yeah. Nah, man, we have to go wide receiver in the first and third. I wouldn't be opposed to that. I really want playmakers around Carson Wentz. But you never know what the Eagles are going to do. And I think the guys who we really wanted in the third, like before the combine, I think Denzel Mims was easily the third pick. I think Claypool could have been even maybe a fourth, but more likely a third. But now you got these guys jumping up to maybe Claypool, not a fourth. Maybe he was a third too. But now you got these guys possibly middle of the second. Like these guys might be going before our 53rd pick. So if we go blah in the first receiver wise, you think we're going to get a guy? We think that Mims or Claypool, they might not be there even by our second pick. So our third pick is going to be a guys like Duvernay or Pittman or maybe a Jalen Reagor falls back because of the 4.47 he ran or something like that. Who knows? But I'm not opposed to getting wide receivers, double dipping at wide receiver, because the fact that last year we almost had to use Josh McCown. I'm just kidding, but you know what I mean. We get Djax back with a RC, a rookie or RC. We good. I hear you, Boss Smith. I was waiting to hear what you said. I don't trust Howie to grab the best wide receiver once Lamb, Judy, and Ruggs are off the board. Them three are going by before pick 21. Yeah, but what do you think about moving up? What do you think about moving up? We got the picks to do it. What do you think about moving up? Let's get some of these. I can't. Watch the Eagles start Deshaun Jackson. Dwayne Aldersberg gave, I want to receive in the first. Yeah, listen, when I say this, I know you're also talking about talking in the chat too. I'm not saying, listen, for the guys who've been watching me for a long time, the guys who've been watching me, you know that I make videos saying this is what I could see the Eagles doing if they didn't go wide receiver 1. But I stand that I want a wide receiver in the first. I do. Could I see them going another different way? Yes. That's why that's why I talk about it as a realistic option. But I do believe, and I'm a betting man, and with no sports, I'm having to bet against soccer. I'm winning some money, but it's disgusting. Anyways, if I'm a betting man, I think the Eagles do go receiver. Will it shock me if they don't? No, but I want a receiver too. At the end of the day, we're going to have to wait and see. I Shine 101. Let them know. Hit the like button. And yeah, if you're in here and not subscribed, I don't just do lives. I've been doing back-to-back lives because of this whole free agency. I put out official videos too on hot topics and also just certain thoughts. I talk about different things, and the channel is new. So it's only been here 6 months, a little bit over 6 months. We just getting off the first season. We trying to go big things for this next season. Hopefully Kern's on schedule with this whole coronavirus. Hopefully, your boy gets to stay healthy, Yo, and if you want to know if you want to know the best way to handle the coronavirus, check my man Desert Eagle's video out. Go sub him up. Desert Eagle 90. He put a nice video out. It says how China's taking care of it and how we here in United States taking care of it. It's funny though. It made me laugh. Good stuff, Desert Eagle. Wow, over Pats. Yeah, I heard. JJ really hasn't had a chance to show what he can do. Now, if he stinks after this year, let him go. King Cliff, I hear you. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Can't let him go after just his second year either, but he continued to stink. It won't be much longer. Boss Smith, we got Djax in the second. Just saying, we can get Claypool and Hamler there, low key, both beasts. I agree with you on that. Jalen Williams, can we get another joint session with you, Gates, and oh yeah, it's coming. It's coming. I actually talked to Gate City Sports yesterday. I hit them up off YouTube too. Like I got both their phone numbers. We contact each other, so we definitely do another session. And I'm going to be able to post live on both pages. So it's going to be live on my page and Gate City's page, so we can try to get a nice crew up in here. Let's get some more, and then it's about to be time to be out. Okay, if we can move up to like 13, the pick that San Francisco got from the DeForest Buckner trade, we can give them pick 21 and our second if Judy or Lamb are still there. I'll do it. It would cost us a second. Yeah, but I also don't think, listen to this real quick. I also don't think they would be presumed to do something along the lines of this. The simple fact that they don't have a second, a third, a fourth, I think they have a fifth, but who knows, to be honest. But they don't have a second, third, or fourth pick. So before they got this trade, they were pick 31, being the second place loser, Super Bowl, blah, blah, blah. So you're talking, they already got a first round. They don't pick in a second, third, or fourth. That's a long time to go empty. They do got the 13th pick. So the 13th to the 21st is how far off? It's 8 picks away. If they don't want a receiver, which maybe they do want a receiver, that's why it might be a little sus. But if they don't want a receiver, or they're ready to get, if they're okay with a Jefferson or T. Higgins or Chanel or anything like that, or they want a guy like KJ Hamler and they're ready to take somebody with the 21st and pick late first, try to get KJ Hamler or somebody late first or Mims or whatever. I don't know. But if we can get, I think we could do something along the lines. What I'm trying to say without rambling is we give the 21st one of our 2 third picks and one of our 3 fourth picks. Maybe they want the first third pick and not the second, because the first third pick is at 85th. The second one is at 103. Our compensatory pick is at 103. But think about it. You're giving up a first round that's 8 picks further than the 13th. A third round that could be either 85th or 103, and then a fourth round, which could be 127, 145, or 146. That keeps the Niners drafted in the first, the first, the third, the fourth, and they still got their 2 first-round picks. It's not the first and second, like you said, but I think the second is low key going to be dirty. So I would try my best not to, even if we did move up. Coco De Loco, or sorry if I say your name wrong. I want the Eagles to trade for Slay. Hey, at this point, we keep seeing cornerbacks go off the board. There might be our only options. There goes Joe Schobert, Jags, 5 years, 53 million. Damn, I was talking about possibly playing this guy 10 million. Someone said that that he won't get 10 million. This man just got 53. So that's a good 10.5. Who knows what's guaranteed? What's going on, my bro? Tyree Jones says, watch us get another D tackle. Oh, man. At the end of the day, I kind of like the Javion Hargreaves pick now. We're like the Sixers then. You know, they got a bunch of centers on the court. Now we about to have a bunch of D tackles on the field. But Anthony Peck, we need to do something. We lost more than we gained. Howie is out to lunch this free agency. I'm almost done. Okay, 1 second, bro. All right, Denzel Barnett. Jenkins is getting old. We can find another safety. I hear you. At the end of the day, it is what it is. It's over with now. We gotta move on. As Eagle fans, we know it is a business. I came on here, I cried a little bit, shed a tear or two, but it is what it is. I'm gonna hit a couple more of these bad boys and we outs. Anthony Copeland, the Eagles done. Oh, what am I doing? Who is this dude? Who is that guy? What about linebacker Akeem Davis Gaither? I like him, and he looks like he's slipping a little bit too. He could be a 3rd-round pick. Nate Sudfeld signed a deal with the Eagles. I don't like the move. Do you? Not really. We never really got to see him do anything. What am I doing? Keep clicking on this man's name. What do you think about bringing in Corey Littleton for the Rams? Well, yeah, they were my two guys. Corey Littleton and Joe Schobert. And Schobert just signed a 5-year, 53 mil. Corey Littleton, we got to try to get that man. We need to get an experienced corner and wide receiver in free agency, then move up in the draft at 13, get a generational talent, Isaiah Simmons, Ray Lewis all over again. Hey, man, if we moved up to the 13th and if he's not a top 10 pick, I will be surprised. Oh, my God, that boy is going to be a terror in the NFL. He's just going to be a tail. How long? Tell him, extra Trelly. He said, how long you been a Chiefs fan? He's like, I've been a Chiefs fan a whole solid 2.5 months, bro. Oh, day. No, I'm just kidding. If Lamb, Judy, and Ruggs are going to if Lamb, Judy, and Ruggs are gone, do you think Mims is a good pick at 21, or can we get value in round 2? If Lamb, Judy, Ruggs are gone, and for some reason we were not feeling Jefferson or he's not there or whatever, that's when you got to exhaust the options that, okay, Mims I love Mims. I think he proved a lot. I think he can be a guy that when you forget where these guys are drafted at or what they did in college fully, that when 3 years later or 4 years later, when all these guys are getting off their rookies deals, we're like, dang, Mims went in a second, but this man is one of the best. He can't, he might have been the best out of the draft. I'm not saying he's going to automatically be better than the CDs and the Judys and the Ruggs, but you never know. A guy who goes in Claypool, if he follows in Megatron's footsteps, we might be saying 4 years from now, Claypool was the best guy in the draft. CeeDee Lamb's doing great. Judy's doing great, but this guy's Hall of Famer. Not saying he is. You never know. So with that being said, if these guys are out, don't think the Eagles can't move back. So we give up our 1st-round pick. We get someone second, or maybe someone has 2 seconds or something. And then, we have early seconds, which are late 1st-round picks. And then you get Mims as your go-to guy. And then you just stack up other things because the Eagles have a lot of holes. I'm saying I'm for moving up. I definitely think the Eagles have a chance and have partners to talk with to move up to the 13th, to the 15th, to the 14th, something along the line. You got the Niners, the Bucks, and the Broncos to deal with. If you can do that, cool. If not, if you're not fully satisfied with the 21st 21 pick being a receiver that you're just like, I don't know, I'm kind of iffy. Move back. Don't move back too far. Have the sixth pick in the second round. Get Mims. Then you still got your 53 overall pick. Do something along them lines. But we got to make sure our guy's there. Wow, Wayne's got super overpaid. Yo, so far, this just goes to show you how the NFL has trends. This is the trend. Everybody just wants somebody on their cornerback as a cornerback. Think about this. The Chiefs just won the Super Bowl, just killing people. And now you got guys like Byron Jones, who's on the market, who's a pretty good corner. He got paid like he's Jalen Ramsey. James Bradbury, pretty good corner. He got paid like he's Marshawn Lattimore or Stephon Gilmore. And now Trey Waynes, he's getting paid. Like these guys are getting overpaid because they know this is a passing league. It's turning to a passing league, and you got to just have people back there. iBurgers, fins up. Hey, thanks for stopping in here on the Eagles channel or Philadelphia channel. You guys doing big things. Hey, take care of Jordan Howard. Take care of Camus Grugier-Hill. And we always like doing deals with you, Dolphins. You guys took Byron Jones and Kiko Alonso off us. Hey, if you guys draft Tua, with all the guys you just added, Tua, the team you already had in Devontae Parker and now Xavier Woods and Byron Jones and Jordan Howard, and the simple fact that Tom Brady's leaving the Patriots, you guys could claim the AFC East. More props to you, bro. All right, let's get a couple more. One good thing, after last year, we can't get any worse at receiver. That is true. We had Sam, the custodian, catching passes from Wentz. Yeah, I saw him go out there. Yo, he did pretty good, though. I'm thinking if we don't sign him on, we might have to pick up his couple-day option. No, I'm just kidding. I hear you, though, bro. How are there 80-some views and y'all can't give a like? It's not that much to do. Much respect, bro. Thanks for sticking up for your mans. Tyree Jones. We have about 11 draft picks. We need to flip them and get better spot in the draft. I feel you. I'm all about the flipping, if you know what I'm saying. Now, definitely, we do got to do what we got to do. We got to do what we got to do. And I think, honestly, Joey Shake said it first that I seen on a video, but it's true. I mean, it's not biting when it makes sense. The Niners' 13th overall pick, the Eagles got some leverage over them. Not leverage, but got some stuff that they would want. They don't want to go first round, and not pick all the way to the 5th or 6th. We all from our first, a 3rd, a 4th. Let's get something done. Rivers to the Colts, 1 year, $25 million. Yeah, I saw that. It's pretty good for him. What do you think about getting Cam Newton as a quarterback? If he wants to take a really cheap deal as a backup, that's all I can say. I like Cam Newton, but not over my guy. Why not get Trufant? KY Tupac, if you've been here a little bit before just coming in, I've been talking Trufant. He's not the best no more, but he's a solid pick. I will definitely get Trufant if we can. But you got to remember, free agency doesn't officially start until tomorrow. What we've been doing yesterday and today is guys who are like, if you're like just a free agent in general, I don't know the exact term right now, and I'm lost a little bit. Been on here for an hour and 30. But like guys like Malcolm Jenkins, you can't even talk to him until tomorrow. We declined his option. So a guy like Trufant, who they had up for sale for trade purposes, they're going to probably release him tomorrow. So we're not going to be able to talk Trufant until tomorrow. And so I'm hoping the Eagles still got a guy like Trufant, a guy like Rhodes. Not really Rhodes. Like, I know y'all been talking me into him. I think, I don't know. We'll have to see. Kevin McLaren, Malcolm Jenkins is going. I can't believe it. Yeah, man. When I first came on it, when this is over, if you start this from the beginning, the first 20 minutes was all about him. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it is what it is, though. Jefferson, to me, is a wide receiver 3 in this draft. I think Ruggs is overhyped. You see what happened to Ross. Unpopular opinion, I would take Jefferson at 21. If we stay at 21, I think Jefferson is the guy. He's big and fast. He's a combination of them, but I don't know. We got to see what we're going to do. I'm about to get off here, but like I said, I'm going to have an official video coming out on some free agent stuff, and I'm going to dive into all the possibilities about moving up and stuff. Like I said, I could see the Eagles staying at 21 and getting Jefferson straight up, but at the end of the day, we just got to be all in. Whoever we get, if we stay at 21 and get Jefferson, we got to be all in, and he got to give us what we need him to give us. If we move up and get a Ruggs, a Lamb, a Judy, we know they can give it to us. And I know some people, you got people who are all in on Henry Ruggs, and you got people who think Henry Ruggs is all speed only. I think you've seen his vertical jump. The dude can jump high. So the 50-50 balls, I'm not saying he's going to go up and 50-50 ball like Megatron or none of that stuff. No, but he can get the over the shoulder catches. He can route run. He's fast. And sometimes if you're fast, you don't need nothing else, but he can do other things than just run speed. But I understand where you fall, and we don't want a guy who can just run fast. Yo, my guy, what's good with you? Bye, Malcolm. Bring safety from Bama, first pick. Grant Delt from Bama. Oh, McKinney. Yeah, McKinney. Never. Who knows? The Eagles look like they were going to get a wide receiver, but things can shake up. Jalen Mills and Ronnie McCloud look like to be our starting safeties going from here, but we're going to see. Buddha bless. Nut ass move. How he needs to tighten up. Bro, I hear you. 100%. At the end of the day, I'm about to get off here in a little bit. I'm going to read 2 more, and then I'm going because my wife's about to start yelling at me. I'm just kidding. Real quick, I'm pulling for Slay. Hey, at the end of the day, we might have to pull the trigger on Slay because it is what it is. Let's see. My man said, he said, MOU Records, new music alert, coronavirus mixtape. He said you just stay in the crib and chill and listen to this stuff. I got you. I'm just kidding. Cowgirls is losing players left and right. Hey, Bob Money, you on here? You're not an Eagle fan, but anybody talking about the Cowboys, more welcome to get on my screen. Great stream, Brody. Enjoy as always. You already know 100. Listen, guys, if you're in here and you're new to the channel, I don't just do live streams. I also I do official videos, Sixers, Eagles. I talk about hot topics, my opinions. I do post-game, pre-game when the season is. It's only been 6 months this channel running. Appreciate all the support. I got people in here who've been subscribing to me since I had my first 100 subscribers. And it's all because you guys. At the end of the day, you guys are the support. So at the end of the day, if you're new to the channel, click that subscribe button. I put out videos almost daily, not live every day, but official videos. Check me out. At the end of the day, have a good day. Enjoy the rest of your day. Official video coming out on the guy we just drafted, Javion Hargreaves, and we're going to get an official video on my take of the mindset of the one Howie Roseman. Until next time, hit that like button on the way out. I can't wait to get my official Howie Roseman video out. We going to talk then. Hit that like button on the way out. Fly, Eagles fly all day. We're not done yet. Don't count us out. Be easy, everybody. Peace.